Okay, Channel 8, this is Lynn Fitch, and I'm here tonight with Sharon O'Malley and Pete Hendrickson, and we're talking about the golden years of Channel 8. And we've been reminiscing about this all night and having a really, really great time, so we thought we would, bring you in to some of these memories with us. So, Channel 8 has been around a long time, and Pete has been here longer than Sharon or I, so he may have a little bit of history of Channel 8 that you might not know.
Well, then again, I may not be able to remember any of it. But no, I guess I don't remember when the station started. I was living off the grid at the time up in Ski Bowl, and it was probably very early 80s. I came up around 78. And my first recollections are of John Lincoln, the Lincoln period, I guess we called it, when he ran the station, somewhat prior to Lynn. And in those days, it was right after the king crab crash, so hardly anybody had any money, including the station, but we had a lot of time on our hands. So we had a lot of fun with playing with the cameras and running around being young, crazy people. And the few episodes that I can recall in those days, one of the good ones I remember of John Lincoln was the Mark Air crash, plane crash out at the airport. He was on site that day for some reason, I forget. So, and I was on the plane. So we crash, and everybody thinks they're dying, so we're all pretty freaked out. We all get off the plane, and I walk back to the terminal because I was too hyper and my adrenaline was going too fast to sit down or anything. So I just thought I'd take a 300-400 yard walk from the plane to the terminal where we'd run off the runway there. And Lincoln was there with the camera on the spot, Channel 8 exclusive, right? So I'm the first survivor to wander into the terminal there. People start shoving beers at me, which was a good thing under the circumstances, but I couldn't speak very clearly yet. I was still kind of hyperventilating and too much adrenaline. So I went through about a 2-minute babble, which I'm sure made no sense at all. Fortunately, John screwed up and forgot to turn on the sound, so all of that is lost to history, and I didn't look like an idiot after all. So that was my first recollection. So, yep, those were the days.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
Well, we all have selective memory, but in this case, I think even accounting for that, I think that the feeling of the town was far different. It was a lot smaller. Like I said before, much of the time that we're describing, there wasn't much going on in the fisheries. We hadn't totally Americanized the ground fishery yet. We were still doing joint ventures with the Russians and the Japanese and so forth, instead of having the factory trawler fleet that we have today. So everything was slower, a lot fewer people, and again, a lot more time on our hands. So so we entertained ourselves, for better or for worse, in some cases. But yeah, it was a unique time, I think, in the Unalaska history.